Welcome back. It's Nerd Radio on the podcast page, WRIF.com, as well as on the podcast page in Boston.
That's right, rock929rocks.com.
Yes, and of course on the Twitches, or on Checkpoint's Twitch stream Wednesday nights, or Wednesday afternoons. Jesus Christ. Where can people find us, James?
You can find us Wednesday afternoons around 11:30 at twitch.tv/checkpointxp.
I'm just going to shut up and let you guys do your lines.
All social media is Nerd Radio 101.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Every social media site that matters, even YouTube.
That's right.
Yep. Does that count as social media? I don't think so.
I think so. I count it as social media.
All right. Fair enough.
And there are
you can leave comments and make people feel bad about themselves.
Clips and full shows up on the YouTube page.
Yes, absolutely. So you can get Nerd Radio on demand.
Yes.
As nobody requested.
Right. It'll come up in a deposition down the road.
Right. So
there will be charges filed.
I wanted to hit some comic book stuff because I love comic books. It's been a cornerstone of this show forever, but
that's how I ended up on the show.
It is how you end up on the show.
Someone to bounce comic books off of.
Right.
And somebody else that knew how to read.
Yeah, because Jefferson didn't care about comic books. So I'd have Al on the show so I could bounce comic books. And now Al doesn't read anything. So
No.
So it's totally on me.
It is.
To suggest comic books for you guys. So this came out a couple of weeks ago. It's part of DC's Black Label. It's called Joker and Harley, Criminal Insanity.
That was the Black Label. That was like the adult version. That's where the Bat Dong was.
That's where the Bat Dong comes from, right?
Ooh, so we're going to see some Harley Quinn bits?
No, you do not.
I was hoping for some nips.
No, the reason this book grabbed me is because it's kind of an alternate universe, and the guys who are doing it doesn't have anybody working on it that I identify as far as the artists or writers.
Okay.
But the people who are working on it were obviously huge fans of the Hannibal TV show that was on,
which you were as well.
With Mads Mikkelsen, because it definitely feels like an alternate universe take on it. Harley is a profiler for the Gotham Police Department, so she's kind of the Will Graham of this, and Joker is the Hannibal Lecter in this particular thing. He keeps leaving these absolutely grotesque crime scenes, and she's trying to profile him to figure out how they can catch him before he does it again, kind of thing. It's only one issue in. I'm pretty sure issue 2 is like either next week or the week after. But it's got an interesting painted style to it. And once again, I brought it home because I was flipping through it. Somebody had recommended it to me at the comic store based on that. You liked Hannibal. Well, this is like Hannibal and Batman mixed together. And I know that Amy continues to watch Hannibal.
So Hannibal, the TV show.
You
feel like that inspired the artwork in the comic. Can I see
Absolutely.
it?
Absolutely.
Can I pass it over here? I'm interested to see what all you mean by that.
Yeah, because there's like one of the crime scenes is a body is sewn together with extra arms to look like.
Wow, these are like every page is like a painting.
Yeah,
the details on the characters is crazy.
So it's interesting if you're like I said, if you're a fan of either of those two things, definitely go to your comic store and find that.
So they actually get actors and actresses like to pose for these shots, and then they draw over them. Or these people, artists draw this because this looks like
like the color art is done by Mike Mayhew, and he's definitely one of the guys. Greg Land is another one that you might be familiar with, Al. That is notorious for just taking pictures of people from magazines and whatnot, and then just drawing it into a character. Like people will say all of Greg Land's blonde people look exactly the same. Like he was drawing X-Men for a while, and if he drew like Dazzler and Emma Frost in the same issue, they look
like twin sisters or something.
Yeah, they look like the exact same woman.
Now, if only Rob Liefeld would take pictures of feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Before he drew.
Or the fact
that feet man, huh?
or the fact that nobody wears that many pouches. Nobody.
It's what Chuck's big complaint is he can't draw feet.
Well, maybe Chuck's a foot man, He likes the feet. You want to make sure those
maybe.
tootsies look good. You want the details.
I don't know.
Nice painted nails.
Look, it's just that everybody else seems to be able to do it. Why can't Rob?
You'd think that'd be like a part of the test to become an artist is you have to be able to draw the basic anatomy of it.
No, you just have to be able to draw in a unique style that people are very entertained by.
Well, what about those like art school tests that they used to have TV commercials for? You'd have to draw like the turtle. You remember those? You think you'd have to draw a foot.
The artwork is great in this book. It's amazing.
It is very. I didn't get it initially because it's a $5.99 book. The other like the Bat Dong books were $7.99, but it's a $5.99 book and it's really thin. And I did not.
Yeah, I thought it felt kind of thin.
I did not appreciate how thin it felt as a comic. At least the other like the Batman Damned books and the Superman Year One books were kind of substantial for your $8.
Sure.
They don't need the bad dong. I'd pay the extra $2 for the bad dong in every issue. Just give me the bad dong upgrade.
It's not even erect, James.
It's okay. It's still I have documented proof of Batman's wiener. That's all I need.
James will show up for a $2 dong.
All
yeah,
right.
$2 dong. It's like It's like a $5 pizza.
Hot and ready.
You keep on going with it. I like it.
Does that mean that
was a good roll?
It's a $2 foot long?
There you go. And then Chuck gets in on the action too.
Oh,
welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Going down to Dirty Town. The other book I brought you, which is not from Dirty Town, is a favorite of both mine and Al's. It's a one-shot, Locke and Key.
Oh, nice.
Locke and Key returns. This was a neat series written by Joe Hill, which is the son of Stephen King. It's got some horror roots in it, but it's also got some really, I don't know, heartwarming kind of Stranger Things, stuff going on. It's based in Maine in this house that has all of these. That's called, I think it was called Key House, but has all these different keys that when you use them on different doors, do different things. Like one of them would allow you to your spirit to leave your body and go around and do stuff. One of them would allow you to change gender if you went through a particular door.
I would never get anything done if I changed genders. I'd just be too busy looking at myself in the mirror and
this is a one shot
and poking
and from what I understand, this is the beginning of them coming back next year for Locke and Key. Locke and Key has also been optioned by Netflix to be a series.
To be a show?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's part of the reason I think they're bringing the comic back. But this is called Locke and Key Dog Days. It's a pair of one shots, and it's done by the original artist too, Gabriel Rodriguez. The first story, which is what the title is based off, there's a key that allows you to go through a doggy door and become a dog.
Oh, nice.
Or allows in the book allows their family dog to become a person.
I would love that. Both. I would love to become a dog.
Right.
And then I would love to have my dog become a person.
Yeah.
That way I can actually communicate instead of pretending.
At the beginning of the story, there's these
dog James, stop cleaning yourself.
I can't. I can't stop. It tastes so good. It feels so good at the same time. It's like a double trouble.
Yeah, so the beginning of the story is these pair of brothers from earlier in the series, like in the 1900s, something like that. And the third kid that's with them is their family dog, and he keeps saying stuff like, "Sometimes I like to throw up and then eat it."
Yeah.
But it's a cute story. And then the second story is kind of the characters from the original Locke and Key, and them. It takes place after the original series. The original series is about 6 trade paperbacks. That's how I got into it. That's how I got Al into it.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic series.
Well, it sounds like they have a lot of ways to go and to take your stories. If each key, each door gives you a new ability or like a new twist. I like the idea of that.
And the fun part of another interesting part of the series is that only kids can see the magic of the keys. So it's so once they grow up, they have no idea that Key House had all these magical powers or anything like that. So
when you become an adult, you're oblivious to
you're oblivious to all the crazy happenings.
So it acts like everything that you see is just a figment of your imagination.
Exactly. But that book was also $4.99 and didn't quite feel like it should have been.
Man, the price of comics is going through the roof, man.
It's really ridiculous.
Like that senator complaining about the rent all those years ago.
Yeah, the comic books prices are too damn high.
Senator Chuck, everybody.
There's some trailers that came out. I know neither of you guys are trailer people, but I wanted to at least inform you of some stuff that we can look forward to coming out in 2020. There's a trailer for the new trailer for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie came out.
They fixed it.
They fixed Sonic.
Fixed it.
He looks much more like cartoon or video game Sonic in the new trailer.
He's no longer something out of my worst nightmares.
Right. People are much happier with this particular trailer of Sonic.
It's like Sonic. That's the trailer I would watch.
I've also seen some people conspiracy wise saying it would have been way easier to have made the movie with cartoon Sonic and then release that trailer with the original nasty looking Sonic than it would have been to actually have to go back and fix the whole movie.
If you want to go down the wrestling work, conspiracy,
right?
Maybe they put the bad Sonic in just to get all this outrage.
That's what
all this outcry.
Yeah, that was what the theory was. Is they did it specifically to get people to be all upset about it. So they could,
just like how Popeye's chicken is murdering people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The sandwiches are so good.
Yeah. I thought that movie was out already. Like, I mean, it seemed so long ago that
I think it was supposed to be out in this month in November.
Yeah, like holiday times. I thought
they pushed it back so they could fix Sonic. But it looks like it'll be really fun. James Marsden is in it, and Jim Carrey is playing Dr. Robotnik.
Right.
So that'll be
maybe I might have to go watch that trailer because again,
that's
a
fun time.
My trailer rule is if it's something I know I'm going to see, like I won't watch Star Wars.
Right.
You know, if a TV commercial comes on for Star Wars, I leave the room. I mean, it's ridiculous. But Sonic, I don't care.
Yeah, that's one that I need to be sold on.
Yes,
like, what am I going to see? Like, sell me on the movie. There's Jim Carrey acting crazy again. Okay, you kind of have my attention. Sonic from Hell? No. But cool, nice, friendly, my friendly neighborhood Sonic from my childhood, isn't it? Now you might get my $8 or $9.
And I loved the game when I was a kid. Like I have nostalgia and appreciation for Sonic, but I don't care about the movie.
Yeah, will Tails make a cameo? Is Knuckles going to show up?
Right.
The gang's all here, everybody.
That's the thing too. I don't feel like Sonic needs more than one movie. Like I don't need a Sonic trilogy.
You don't know until you see the movie. You never know.
Need a Sonic trilogy.
The Dr. Robotnik, he kept coming back every level. He kept having to destroy his machine and free all those little animals. They was turning into robotic, minions.
Right.
Tails starts shooting up in the second episode.
No! No, Tails! No! It's like that issue of Green Lantern, where the Green Lantern Green Arrow issue cover, where like you find out Green Arrow's ward was doing heroin.
Yeah,
and his name was Speedy. You had to know something was up.
The Sonic trilogy gets real dark.
Oh my God! Somebody tweeted though that between Detective Pikachu and the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, the Super Smash Brothers cinematic universe is off to a great start.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that would be wild if that were to take off and they're just involved in a whole bunch of battles and stuff.
Yeah, well, I guess you could go if you wanted to go further back. There was a Super Mario Brothers movie, so that would count.
Yeah, I think Bob Hoskins is going to be too old to to pick up the Mario character nowadays. Though.
There's Final Fantasy VII movies of Clouds and Smash Brothers. So
that's right.
I mean,
John Leguizamo could probably use the work.
I'm sure.
As Luigi. Actually, I think he was in the new John Cena movie I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
So maybe he doesn't need the work, but.
Well, another movie that I'm kind of excited about, bringing something from our youth back, is they're doing a CGI Scooby-Doo movie next year. It's called Scoob.
Scoob? Oh, they're going to call it Scoob?
It's just called Scoob!
They're going to call it Scoob. Come on.
And it bridges between the origins of the Mystery Machine Gang and a new current thing that's going on.
Do we finally get to find out what's in those goddamn Scooby snacks?
No, but we find out how Scooby got his name. It's right in the trailer when he's a stray dog that dude's trying to catch, and he comes across Shaggy, and Shaggy offers him a sandwich, and they befriend each other. And then when the guy's like, I gotta take the stray dog away, he's like, this is my dog. And he asks him what his name is, and he looks down on the ground, and there's some Scooby snacks. And he's like, his name's Scooby? Huh. It's real cute.
And then he's smoking a doob, so he's like, his name is Scooby Dooby.
Dooby?
Doob.
Yeah. Will Forte is playing Shaggy, or doing the voice of Shaggy in this particular thing. Amanda Seyfried is doing the voice of
I like Will
Daphne.
Forte.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Will Forte is pretty great.
I think that hunk of a man, Zac Efron's got a role.
Zac Efron is Fred?
He's Fred, huh?
Yep.
Wow, the leader of the bunch? I don't know.
Right. So I don't know. The trailer was real cute. I'm looking forward to seeing what's it. And it implies like there's a scene where it looks like they get picked up by aliens and they're in the alien ship. And I swear I saw like the Blue Falcon symbol on the wall there. Blue Falcon and Dynomutt. So if Blue Falcon and Dynomutt are in this, hell yeah.
That's a cool little Easter egg if that is the case.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be into that one only because I feel like it's going to be too childish.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
kind of gets my
kids.
My interest going is the origins of the team
coming
together.
See how they came together as kids.
You know, like what was Daphne doing?
Did you ever see that cartoon, the Pup Named Scooby-Doo cartoon, when they were all kids?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, that was like, I don't know, mid '90s or something like that. That was a Saturday morning thing. It was good.
I might have been out of the cartoon game at that point, mid '90s. That would put me junior high.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about like going back to Disney Plus, going back to like the X-Men animated series. Everyone's like, "That's my childhood," and it's my childhood too. But I was like 15 when that came out.
I was going to say that you're trying to age yourself out, James. Chuck was 30 at the time.
Hey, it's okay. I watched Nicktoons. I watched Nicktoons well into high school. Like I should have stopped watching Rugrats and like those shows many years before that. But for whatever reason, I love Doug. And I loved the Rugrats. And I loved All Real Monsters. So I was watching those well into high school.
SpongeBob.
I never got into SpongeBob, but I was watching those shows and I was like,
by then I had discovered TV Land, so I was.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I love Lucy.
I love Lucy, Gomer Pyle.
I can watch the Donna Reed show every night.
McHale's Navy.
The other movie I want to tell you guys about, I don't know if you saw this trailer, but they're making a movie based off Fantasy Island.
Yes, it's supposed to be a scary movie, right?
Yes, it's done by Blumhouse, and I think it's what's his face that did Us, and let me take a look here. In the
Peele
story.
or
Jordan Peele. I think Jordan Peele might be involved in this. I could be way wrong, but yeah, they're doing a horror movie based on Fantasy Island. De play.
Yeah.
Right, and the guy who's playing the Ricardo Montalban in this is Michael.
Khan. That'd be Khan.
It's Michael Pena.
Oh, is it? Is it Michael Pena?
Yeah, it's the guy who tells the stories in the Ant-Man movie. Michael Pena.
All right.
But yeah, it looks like it looks fascinating. I'm definitely, you guys know that I do a horror movie podcast, and I'm like, oh, this looks good. I got to see this. We're doing an episode this week on the movie Mandy, which I don't know if either of you guys are familiar with.
Never heard of it.
It's a Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh, God.
I was trying to tell Amy about this. Yeah, so when I say it's a Nicolas Cage movie, like you have a movie in your head that you're like, okay, I know what this is. It is not that movie whatsoever, but there is a fascinating scene midway through the movie where Nicolas Cage is on LSD, and he's like, I think it's the end of the movie, and he's driving this car away from everything that's happened, and he looks over in the passenger seat and he sees his dead girlfriend, and she just looks normal, and she just gives him this smile, and then it cuts back to him, and he's not covered in blood from all the stuff that's happened in the movie, and he smiles at her real peacefully, and then it cuts to what he actually looks like, and he's just like, he's giving you this weird wild-eyed Nicolas Cage smile, and he's covered in gore. And that's one of like the only, it's two parts that it's like, okay, that's Nicolas Cage, but the rest of it is it's a fascinating movie. It's like an art house movie. I feel like I should have done drugs.
I will tell you this, Chuck. We've got a couple computer screens between us.
Yeah.
All I could see was your eyes when you did Nicolas Cage, and you nailed it.
I thought it was a hell of a Nicolas Cage impression myself,
It really
too.
was.
It's fantastic. It's too bad the podcast listeners couldn't see it, but we'll definitely have to share it on our social media this week so you guys can see my Nicolas Cage impression. All right, a couple more things to get to. Like I was saying earlier, there's some interplay between rock and roll and video games that I definitely wanted to get to. And
sounds dirty.
Something for you guys.
Into interplay, Al?
Almost exclusively.
Something for you guys to. We're gonna play a little bit of a game. These usually don't work out well.
Yeah, I was gonna say really.
But I have a question to posit to you guys.
Every time we play a game, I just get annoyed and say, I don't know.
Right. I have a question to posit to you guys, and I'm going to tell you now so you have time to think about it during the next segment. That's Al's brain right there. That's what it sounds like. All right. So is there a game, doesn't have to be a video game, a card game, a board game. Is there a game that you know you are just untouchable at? Coming up, Nerd Radio.